The top stories tonight in Y News. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. departs for Germany and Czech Republic for a working visit. A House leader urges his colleagues to vote in favor of economic charter change even more enthusiastically. A legal counsel of religious group leader Apollo Kibuloy denies the supposed set of conditions for his client to face the Senate investigation into his alleged abuses. And we will discover how United States President Joe Biden raised $10 million within 24 hours of his State of the Union speech. Good evening, Philippines and the world. Today is Monday, March 11, 2024. Join us in the next hour as we deliver today's top stories around the Philippines and in other parts of the world. We are also seen in 1,935 satellite monitoring centers nationwide and via live streaming worldwide through the UNTV News and Rescue social media channels. I am Harleen Delgado. First in the news. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Monday left for Berlin, Germany for a working visit that aims to strengthen bilateral ties between the two countries. After Germany, he will proceed to Prague, Czech Republic for a state visit. Nelma Buhok reports.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s primary objective during his visit to Germany and the Czech Republic is to strengthen cooperation between the Philippines and the two countries. In his pre-departure speech, President Marcos expects that Germany and the Czech Republic will provide significant assistance in strengthening industries in the Philippines. According to PBBM, Germany can provide great support in advancing renewable energy in the country and in other important sectors.
We wish to tap Germany's expertise in renewable energy to assist us in our energy transition efforts, as well as on manufacturing, healthcare, agriculture, aerospace, innovation, and startups, IT, BPM, minerals processing.
Additionally, according to the chief executive, the Czech Republic can also provide significant assistance in agriculture and the automotive industry. Several agreements are also expected to be signed by the Philippines with these European countries.
For Germany, the joint declaration of intent on strengthening maritime cooperation and the cooperation program between the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, and the Federal Institute for Vocational Educational and Training will be signed.
The Philippines and Prague will also sign a labor agreement aimed at protecting the welfare of Filipino workers. The President will also meet with the Filipino community in Berlin and Prague, as well as engage in meetings with foreign investors. Upon the President's departure earlier today from Villamor Air Base, members of the cabinet including Vice President Sara Duterte arrived, with the Vice President serving as the caretaker of the country while President Marcos is in Germany and the Czech Republic. Nelma Buhok, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
House Majority Leader Representative Manuel Jose Dalipe, one of the authors of resolution of both Houses number 7, has urged colleagues to vote even more for economic charter change. Meanwhile, another ranking lawmaker urges the Senate to collectively work on amending the economic restrictions of the 1987 Constitution. Rosalie Cos will tell us why.
The House of Representatives has commenced its plenary sponsorship on resolution of both Houses number 7 or RBH 7. The measure aims to amend economic provisions of the 1987 Constitution concerning public utilities, education, and the advertising industry. During the sponsorship speech, House Majority Leader Representative Manuel Jose Dalipe, one of the proponents of RBH 7, urges his colleagues to vote in favor of economic charter change.
Let us stand together and show our support for the approval of Committee Report 985 by voting even more than the required 3/4 vote to show our overwhelming unanimity and commit ourselves to a course of action that will not only transform our economic landscape but also solidify the foundation for a thriving and inclusive society.
Additionally, he assured his colleagues that plenary deliberations on RBH7 will be exhaustive. Meanwhile, House Senior Deputy Speaker Aurelio Don Gonzales, representative of the 3rd District of Pampanga, calls on their counterparts in the Senate to take action on the proposed economic charter change. The Senate Subcommittee on Constitutional Amendments and Revision of Codes is discussing resolution of both houses number 6, the Senate version of economic chacha. However, 4 senators have publicly revealed their intention to vote against the measure.
I appeal to my colleagues in the Senate. There will never be a better time than now to amend the economic provisions of the 1987 Constitution. Let us not fail the Filipino people once more.
Regarding concerns about possible political amendments to be added into RBH7, Cagayan de Oro City 2nd District Representative Rufus Rodriguez, Chair of House Committee on Constitutional Amendments, assures that there's no cause for worry. The plenary discussions on RBH7 will continue until Wednesday, March 13, with the aim of being approved for the second reading on the same day. Rosa Licoz, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Scheduled to arrive in the country tomorrow, March 12, are the 11 Filipino crew members of the ship that was attacked by Houthi rebels in Yemen last Wednesday. Among those expected to arrive are the 10 crew members who sustained no injuries during the attack and one of the 3 Filipino crew members who were injured but have been cleared by doctors to go home. The remaining 2 Filipino crew members will stay at a hospital in Djibouti for further treatment. 20 crew members and 3 armed guards were on board when the incident occurred, with 15 of them being Filipinos. 2 Filipino crew members and 1 Taiwanese crew member lost their lives in the attack, but their bodies have not yet been recovered.
Bale, 13 o 13 ang natitira. May 11 na makakarating na bukas ng gabi, 6 p.m. dito. Tapos yung 2, may injuries pa nasa hospital pa sa Djibouti. Yung barko na kasi nasusunog dahil nga sa attack. May operations para ma-recover. Tinutow na yata papuntang port na sa Oman. Tapos doon nila titingnan ano magagawa sa barko tsaka para yung may 2 namatay hindi pa na-recover yung mga labi. Pag na-recover, iuwi na sila.
Meanwhile, 9 of the 18 Filipino crew members of the MV St. Nicholas, an oil tanker taken over by Iran in the Gulf of Aden on January 11 due to ownership issues, arrived in the country yesterday afternoon. 1 crew member had previously returned home, and 2 more are expected to follow suit on Wednesday. Before the end of the month, the Department of Foreign Affairs, or GFA, hopes that the remaining 6 crew members will also be able to return home. The GFA emphasized that the Filipino crew members are not being mistreated as hostages.
So, we want as soon as possible. Certainly by Ramadan, itong Ramadan period, sana makauwi na. Pero maganda dyan, hindi sila nasa war zone. Iba to yung mga nasa Yemen. Ibang grupo to. Kaya sila nakakauwi dahil nakakahanap na ng replacement, yung manning agency, replacement na Russian tripulante. So, unti-unti nakakauwi na.
The South Korean firm Miro Systems Company has made assurances that it will not jeopardize the integrity or security of the upcoming 2025 national and local elections in the country. Dante Amento tells us why.
In today's signing for the multi-billion pesos contract between the Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, and South Korean firm Miro Systems Company Limited, Chairman George Erwin Garcia has warned the company not to entertain any candidate, group or politician who would approach and ask them a favor in the elections. The contract is for the lease of the full automated election system in the 2025 national and local elections.
Sinabi ko rin sa kanila na madaming lalapit sa kanila, sa Filipino partners na politiko, partido, kung sino man, para sabihin na gawa ng paraan ang kanilang mga boto. At ini-emphasize, sinasabi ko sa kanila, kung kaya mang gawin yan, wag na wag niyong gagawin. Not under the present leadership of this commission.
Garcia emphasized it is a criminal act or electoral sabotage that no bail under Republic Act 9369.
Sinabi ko kung gusto nyo mag-participate pa sa mga susunod na procurement ng COMELEC, ayusin nyo ang 2025 elections.
In response, Miro said they would remain transparent from the start, and their business is to give the Filipino electorates a new experience in electoral exercise and not to jeopardize the elections in the country.
받고 그런 일을 해줬다가 그 회사를 문 닫는 일을 누가 하겠습니까?
So we will stand firm on this issue. We could promise, we could guarantee that we'll be transparent all the way throughout the process. We will abide by the rules of the COMELEC of this nation, of the Philippine nations. Our goal also is to build up our company and to expand, and we were looking for the future. So we will not do anything that will jeopardize our future and also the election process of the Philippines.
In addition, Miro also explained that the negative information at their expense was merely not based on facts, one of which is the alleged glitches on their machines during the elections in Iraq and the Republic of Congo.
계속 그 루머가 재생되는 그런 환경입니다.
And also for the news, there are many rumors that are coming out of the news that are not facts, that are just based on rumors. And they tend to replicate.
여러분이 알아야 되는 것은 만약에 선거가 잘못됐다면은 그 나라 정치인들, 야당들 많은데 그게 그냥 넘어갔겠습니까?
And if these elections were not conducted thoroughly, the opposition parties would carry out their own positions.
Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
And for the news abroad, just 24 hours after his fiery State of the Union speech, United States President Joe Biden has reportedly raised $10 million. It is not an insignificant haul considering the $42 million raised in the entire month of January. Maven Carrizo will tell us why.
United States President Joe Biden set a record for raising $10 million for his re-election campaign in only 24 hours after his State of the Union address on Thursday, March 7. The president referred to Donald Trump 13 times in his address, accusing the ex-president of threatening democracy and torpedoing a bill to tackle U.S. immigration woes. Biden's campaign manager, Julie Chavez, states that the 81-year-old fiery speech reminded many of their supporters who is fighting for them, their freedoms, their rights, and the democracy. Democrats proclaim the State of the Union is exactly what Biden needed in the midst of widespread concerns about his age and dissatisfaction on his performance. He is staring at a new campaign ad backed by $30 million in airtime and social media ad space, aimed at the swing states of Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona, Georgia, Nevada, and North Carolina in the next 6 weeks. In the campaign ad, Biden talked about not being young. However, he showcased his ability to get things done for the American people. The president's camp is banking on their massive war chest standing at $130 million at the end of January to expand their base of support. On the contrary, Donald Trump's campaign bleeds cash as he was arrested, indicted, and charged for 91 felony criminal counts in 2023, spending more than the amount of donations they received. While the two presidential candidates remain neck and neck, polls in February, however, showed Trump is the more popular contender, backed by 37% of respondents and Biden getting a 34% support. Maven Carrizo, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
We'll share more global stories with you later, but for now, back to you, Harleen.
Thank you, Aralyn. For those watching our live streaming on YouTube, please click the subscribe button you see on your screen and ring the bell for notification. You may also follow us on Facebook. A legal counsel of religious group leader Apollo Kibuloy denies the supposed set of conditions for Kibuloy to face the Senate investigation into his alleged abuses. This report will tell us why. Senate Deputy Minority Leader Risa Hontiveros maintains that the Senate will not bend its rules for Kingdom of Jesus Christ or KOJC leader Apollo Kibuloy. This as she slams the alleged 17 conditions of Kibuloy that are circulating on social media. This include the demand to unmask and reveal the identities of the Senate Committee and women's witnesses. Another is for Hontiveros' office to shoulder Kibuloy's expenses in attending the probe, from the round-trip private jet flights up to the accommodation fees in a high-end hotel.
So wow, kukulangin pa talaga yung ipinalimos niya sa mga taon niya para sa jet fuel. Hindi lang 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star hotel, 5-star hotel. Magastos po ang resource person natin. Wala pa namang official na communication sila tungkol sa mga iyon or ilan or isa sa mga iyon. Sana nga hindi totoo kaya lang pinamumudmud talaga nila.
However, the camp of Kibuloy denies the alleged conditions.
As far as I am concerned, as a member of Pastor Apollo Kibuloy's legal team, no such demands were made or are being imposed upon the Senate, specifically the Committee of Senator Risa Hontiveros, with respect to the appearance of Pastor Kibuloy before the Senate.
Tomorrow, March 12, marks the 7th-day deadline for senators who objected to the contempt order and eventual arrest of Kibuloy, initiated by Senator Robin Padilla. Hontiveros has high hopes that majority of her colleagues who are members of the Senate panel would stand with the witnesses.
6 days after, 4 pa rin lang sila. So kalahati pa lamang sa kailangang bilang. Kahit kaibigan natin, kahit naging mabait sa pamilya natin, kapag ang akusasyon sa kanya ay panggagahasa, pang-aabuso pa sa bata, hindi ba ang tamang dapat natin gawin bilang Senado ay paharapin yung taong yon sa komite? So walang pagkuyog ng nangyayari.
Should the objecting senators fail to reach the needed 8 votes, the contempt ruling of Hontiveros stands, and the committee's request to Senate President Mig Zubiri to issue an arrest order against Kibuloy. In the next hearing, the Anti-Money Laundering Council will be invited, where the possible money laundering will be tackled, and the recent appointment of former President Rodrigo Duterte as the administrator of KOJC properties.
Talagang magkasosyo sila sa pagmamayari, kung hindi man sa pagnenegosyo. Ganon kataas, kalaki ang pagtitiwala at pagsasakamay ni Kibuloy kay Duterte sa kanyang mga ari-arian. May kasabihan pa nga, di ba? Tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Lalong kumakalat yung haka-haka na naghahanda siya, si Kibuloy, na tumakas dito sa Pilipinas.
We emphatically, categorically, and vehemently deny that. Ano na naman yan, kapag-isip na naman ni Risa Hontiveros yan.
Harleen Delgado, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God. On social media, images have surfaced showing religious group leader Apollo Kibuloy and former President Rodrigo Duterte together at an event in Davao. This purportedly indicates that Kibuloy has not yet left the country amid looming threats of his arrest as a religious leader. However, according to a political analyst and former government official, there might be ulterior motives behind this. Dante Amento details why.
Former Presidential Advisor for Political Affairs and political analyst Professor Ronald Llamas said that there is a possibility that religious group leader Apollo Kibuloy has already left the country, even though there were pictures spreading on social media.
Posible na si Kibuloy, nagpapakita na nandito siya, pero nakaalis na.
Kibuloy was seen in pictures with former President Rodrigo Duterte, who is now the administrator of Kibuloy's religious group properties. According to Llamas, the pictures may not be the most recent and are simply being used to deceive the public.
Hindi ko sigurado kung yung picture na yan ay present picture Pwede kasing later yan Pwedeng pang-divert siya ng attention.
Llamas added Kibuloy can leave the country as easy as it is if he intends to pass through Mindanao going to Sama.
Kahit sabihin ng Bureau of Immigration na may hold departure order, kung galing ka sa Mindanao, madaling tumakas, madaling lumabas ng bansa.
Kibuloy is now facing a number of cases that await him, and now his case in another country has been unsealed and he still doesn't appear for the Senate hearing. Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, has planned to implement ban of e-trikes and e-bikes on national roads despite criticism from stakeholders. JP Nunez will tell us why.
The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, had a dialogue with different community of e-bike and e-trike users earlier today. During the public consultation, groups raised their objection on the plan of MMDA to implement e-trike and e-bike ban on national roads.
Your decision to ban e-trikes and e-bikes on national roads will ultimately attract more people to use more motor vehicles and will bring more traffic, pollution, and climate change. And this will make our metropolis even less livable.
Pero hindi solusyon yung wag na lang kayo dito kasi paatras yun. Hindi yun forward-thinking city planning.
However, the agency is firm to implement the regulation by April 15. MMDA Acting Chairman Attorney Don Artes reiterated that they are not imposing a new regulation, citing Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, already prohibited e-trike and e-bikes on national roads in 2020 by former Secretary Eduardo Año. And in 2023, DILG Secretary Ben-Hur Abalos Jr. also released memorandum to adopt the same regulation. If the regulation will be implemented by April 15, only those pedal-assisted e-bike and light electric vehicles which are classified as bicycle can traverse to national roads with the bicycle lanes. E-trike and e-bikes which will be prohibited may be fined 2,500 pesos if the driver has license, while impounding if the driver has no license.
Kung nag-violate po yung ganitong klase sasakyan at walang lisensya yung nagmamaneho, kasama po yung pag-impound doon sa vehicle dahil wala kaming pag-charge ng violation.
JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
While forest fires in Benguet are currently all extinguished, the Philippine Air Force has announced plans to conduct cloud seeding tomorrow as part of ongoing efforts to prevent any reignition of fires in the province. Kath de Maraos will tell us why.
Fire Superintendent Jessie Anasio, head of the Bureau of Fire Protection Benguet, has announced that tomorrow, March 12, the Philippine Air Force is planning to conduct cloud seeding operations as part of efforts to extinguish the forest fires in Benguet. This strategy is part of the Philippine Air Force's initiative to suppress the spread of the fires, utilizing a different approach.
March 2 and 12. Bukas, last day daw nila bukas. Depende daw ma'am kung saan yung clouds kasi nagbe-base sila dun sa formation ng cloud, yung sa accumulation ng clouds ba.
With heli bucket operations, they can only deliver 800 liters of water per trip, typically conducting around 50 sorties per day. Smoke and haze have engulfed parts of Benguet and Baguio City due to 8 forest fires breaking out across the Cordillera Administrative Region recently. In the town of Tuba, a forest fire has razed a portion of Mount Santo Tomas, with a massive blaze nearly reaching vital installations containing communications, TV, and radio equipment. The fire extended to the neighboring municipality of Bocod, prompting authorities to respond promptly.
Nakiki-coordinate kami kay DENR and likewise din dun sa mga LGUs po kung pwede silang magpalagay ng or mag-construct ng water reservoir or catch basin ma'am doon sa mga strategic areas sa mga kabundukan natin, especially doon sa mga reported na laging may forest fires po natin kasi yun po yung magiging katulong po natin, lalo na sabi ko nga inaccessible po yung mga ibang areas, hindi natin mapuntahan through the use of yung mga fire truck po natin.
Meanwhile, a fire affected 8 hectares of Mount Calugong in Barangay Tawang, La Trinidad, Benguet. Officials declared the fire extinguished at 10 a.m. this morning, March 11, 2024.
Hopefully, bumagsak po yung ulan para at least mapasa po yung mga Kasi super dry yung mga gaya kahapon yung pinuntahan namin, as in super dry yung mga pine needles doon, which is yung mga pine needles is madaling sumiga.
Kat Maraos, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God. Former First Lady Imelda Marcos is doing fine, according to her daughter, Senator Amy Marcos. The lawmaker says the older Marcos no longer has fever but still has pneumonia. However, she is hopeful that the former First Lady will be released from hospital tomorrow, March 12. Last week, the presidential daughter revealed that their 94-year-old mother was hospitalized as a precaution due to suspected pneumonia and recurring fever.
Okay lang mami ko, sana makalabas bukas, pero may pneumonia pa rin, wala nang lagnat. Maraming salamat sa mga nagdadasal at nangungumusta.
The Samar Island Institute of Medicine of Samar State University, or SSU, has received approval from the Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, to offer a Doctor of Medicine program. According to CHED Chairman J. Prospero de Vera III, this approval marks a significant advancement for the Doktor para sa Bayan law. Under this law, graduates of the Medical Scholarship and Return Service program are required to serve in underserved areas to ensure that there are more doctors available to address the healthcare needs in remote areas. SSU President Marilyn Cardoso emphasized that the accreditation of the program is a significant milestone for the university.
And in other global news, on Sunday, March 10th, the United States military confirmed that it completed an evacuation operation in Haiti in efforts to strengthen embassy security. Specifically, non-essential embassy personnel were evacuated from the country due to the current state of emergency. Recently, the Caribbean nation experienced gang violence and threats to the government, resulting in many Haitians fleeing their homes. United States Military Southern Command specified that no Haitians were on board the American aircraft. The U.S. State Department confirmed that Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Kenyan President William Ruto discussed crisis and both underscored their commitment to a multinational security mission to restore order. Meanwhile, on March 11th, Jamaica is set to host leaders from the Caribbean community to discuss ways to support Haiti. And those are the reasons behind the news in other parts of the globe. I am Oralyn Quijano, live from Toronto, Canada. Good evening.
The defending champion, AFP Lady Gunner, and the silver medalist Senate Lady Defenders secured victories in the opening games of the UNTV Volleyball League Season 2 yesterday. Meanwhile, the cash prize for each winning team has been increased. JP Nunez reports.
Country's first and only charitable volleyball competition.
The opening games of UNTV Volleyball League Season 2 held at the Rizal Memorial Stadium in Manila yesterday witnessed intense battles on the court. In Game 1, the Lady Patrollers started strong with a commanding attack to snatch Set 1 from the defending champions AFP Lady Gunners, scoring 25-18. The Lady Patrollers connected with 16 attack points compared to the AFP's 15. The PNP also gained 7 points due to errors from the AFP side. However, the momentum stayed with the Team PNP as they secured the second set with a tight score of 30-28. Yet in the third set, the defending champions bounced back strongly, winning 17-25, tallying 5 service aces. The Lady Gunners maintained their excellent chemistry, gaining the majority of points from attacks and opponent errors, winning 17-25 in the fourth set and 11-15 in the last set, ultimately clinching the victory. May Madulid was hailed as the best player of the game, amassing an impressive 33 points with 29 from attacks, 3 blocks, and 1 service ace.
Sobrang saya na nanalo kami, nakuha namin yung game 1. Medyo nahirapan, pero nakapag-adjust unti-unti. So yun, kaya nakuha namin yung win ngayon. So tsinaga talaga. Yung nakita namin kasing kulang, so kailangan mapag-practicean namin yun sa susunod. Para sa susunod na games, medyo hindi nahirap po, kakayanin na lahat.
Naunahan namin sila ng 2 set. Sabi ko, kapit lang tayo. Huwag tayo bumigay basta-basta. Bumago yung nawala yung sa amin eh. Medyo na sila kinakabahan pag lumalamang yung AP. Sabi ko, bawi lang.
From that time on the side of the Senate.
Ay, sus, sabi ko. The other end as well, by Angeles. Here's a break. To play. Live with the set. Well done, coming up the bench.
Moving on to Game 2, the Season 1 silver medalist Senate Lady Defenders dominated the Judiciary Justice servers in 3 straight sets. The first set was a close battle, ending with a score of 26-24. The Senate Lady Defenders continued their dominance in the second set, winning 25-21 with 19 attack points against the Judiciary's 6. The Judiciary gained 15 points from opponent errors, despite a strong effort from the Justice servers in the third set, scoring 13 attack points. They fell short as the Senate Lady Defenders sealed the victory with a score of 26-24. Leading the Lady Defenders was Menchie Tubiera, who amassed 22 points with 20 coming from attacks and 2 from blocks.
Ang adjustment po namin, yung makadepensa kami, makareceive kami sa mga palo ng mga kalaban namin.
Head coach Arnaldo Dino admitted that their team is still finding its rhythm, hence the need for more cohesion.
Marami kaming bagong players, no, na limited yung resources din namin, okay, in terms of skill, no. And then yun nga, still adjusting on the different aspect, yung defense and offense of the team.
Meanwhile, the cash prize for the season has been increased to over 2 million pesos, which will be donated to the chosen beneficiaries of all participating teams. Leading the opening program yesterday was Mr. Public Service, Kuya Daniel Razon, where the 8 competing teams were introduced. These teams will vie for the 1 million pesos championship prize.
I am happy to announce nag-umpisa po ang UVL, ang ating gold ay 500,000 lang. Ina-announce namin today, ang ating pong gold ngayon ay magiging 1 million pesos na po. At yun ay para pa rin sa ating mga chosen charitable institutions. Ibig sabihin po, ang gold ay 1 million na, ang atin pong silver ay 500,000 na. Ang ating bronze will get 300,000 pesos. Ang atin pong fourth naman ay makakakuha ng 150,000 pesos. And of course, wala pong masisiro dahil the remaining teams who will get 5th to 8th place ay makakakuha pa rin ng tig 50,000 pesos bawat isa po sa kanila. This is not going to be the last season for us, but this is going to be the second, and looking forward na marating pa po natin hanggang uso pa ang bola.
Commissioner Ronnie Magsanok also highlighted the contribution of women in sports and public service through UVL.
Kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong pakikisa, pakikilahok at higit sa lahat sa pagsama sa advokasya ng aming mahal na si Kuya Daniel Razon. Pagtulong sa kapwa, paglalaro, at higit sa lahat pagkakataong mabuhay muli ang inyong mga pangarap. At sa lahat ng government agencies, mga manlalaro, coaches at staff, at sa inyong management, sa inyong tiwala. Ang dati pong pangarap ngayon ay naisa katuparan na. Ang dati pong pinag-uusapan na nagsimula sa 6 na teams, ngayon ay 8 na. Samahan niyo po kami na palakihin, palawigin at mas marami pong matulungan ang UNTV Volleyball League. Good luck po sa inyong lahat. We believe in women empowerment. We believe in equality. We believe in sports and charity. But more than that, we believe in all of you. And thank you for being with us.
Expressing his gratitude, Kuya Daniel Razon, the visionary behind this unique League of Public Servants, thanked all participating teams in Season 2 of UVL. Each team received a plaque of appreciation.
Una ang ating pasasalamat sa Panginoon sa muling pagkakataon na ipinagkaloob sa atin upang atin pong maisagawa ang ganitong aktibidad. Nagpapasalamat sa participation ng ating mga teams mula sa AFP, sa DFA, sa Judiciary, PNP, at sa Senate. At sama-sama din nating i-welcome ang ating 3 bagong additional teams, ang BFP, ang COMELEC, at ang SSS. Bilang mga public servants, alam ko po na sa puso ninyo ay ibig ninyong maipagpatuloy na makagawa ng kabutihan sa ating mga kapwa-tao. At isa ito sa ating mga paraan na ginagawa.
Stay tuned for the next game of UNTV Volleyball League on Wednesday, March 13, 2024 at Paco Arena. You can catch the action live on UNTV's YouTube channel and UNTV Sports. JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Our Kasangbahay, as the world faces these trying times amid the various challenges and uncertainties, we are inviting everyone to join the global prayer for humanity from Monday to Friday, 9:30 p.m. Philippine time through the social media accounts of Members Church of God International. And before we close, we will leave you with a word, giving glory to God. From the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 13, it says, "He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him." And those are the reasons behind the news March 11, 2024. Reasons we deliver to you as they unfold. Because we need to know. We will always ask why. I'm Hardin Delgado. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
To tap Germany's expertise in renewable energy to assist us in our energy transition efforts, as well as on manufacturing, healthcare, agriculture, aerospace, innovation, and startups, IT, BPM, minerals processing.
Let us stand together and show our support for the approval of Committee Report 985 by voting even more than the required 3/4 vote to show our overwhelming unanimity and commit ourselves to a course of action that will not only transform our economic landscape but also solidify the foundation for a thriving and inclusive society.
bale 13 o 13, 13 ang natitira. May 11 na makakarating na bukas ng gabi, 6 p.m. dito. Tapos yung dalawa, may injuries pa nasa hospital pa sa Djibouti. Yung barko na kasi nasusunog dahil nga sa attack. May operations para ma-recover. Tinutow na yata papuntang port na sa Oman. Tapos doon nila titingnan ano magagawa sa barko tsaka para yung may dalawang namatay hindi pa na-recover yung mga labi Pag na-recover, iuwi na sila.
Sinabi ko rin sa kanila na madaming lalapit sa kanila, sa Filipino partners na politiko, partido, kung sino man, para sabihin na gawa ng paraan ang kanilang mga boto. At ini-emphasize, sinasabi ko sa kanila, kung kaya mang gawin yan, wag na wag niyong gagawin. Not under the present leadership of this commission. Sinabi ko, kung gusto niyo mag-participate pa sa mga susunod na procurement ng COMELEC, ayusin niyo ang 2025 elections.
So wow, kukulangin pa talaga yung ipinalimos niya sa mga taon niya para sa jet fuel. Hindi lang 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star hotel, 5-star hotel. Magastos po ang resource person natin. Wala pa namang official na communication sila tungkol sa mga iyon or ilan or isa sa mga iyon. Sana nga hindi totoo kaya lang pinamumudmud talaga nila.
As far as I am concerned, as a member of Pastor Apollo Kibuloy's legal team, no such demands were made or are being imposed upon the Senate, specifically the Committee of Senator Rizo Ontiveros, with respect to the appearance of Pastor Kibuloy before the Senate.
Posible na si Kibuloy, nagpapakita na nandito siya, pero nakaalis na. Hindi ko sigurado kung yung picture na yan ay present picture Pwede kasing later yan Pwedeng pang divert siya ng attention.
Your decision to ban e-trikes and e-bikes on national roads will ultimately attract more people to use more motor vehicles and will bring more traffic, pollution, and climate change. And this will make our metropolis even less livable.
Pero hindi solusyon yung wag na lang kayo dito. Kasi paatras yun. Hindi yun forward-thinking city planning.
March 2 and 12. Bukas, last day daw nila bukas. Depende daw ma'am kung saan yung clouds kasi nagbe-base sila dun sa formation ng cloud. Yung sa accumulation ng clouds ba? Nakiki-coordinate kami kay DENR and likewise din dun sa mga LGUs po. Kung pwede silang magpalagay ng or mag-construct ng water reservoir or catch basin ma'am doon sa mga strategic areas sa mga kabundukan natin, especially doon sa mga reported na laging may forest fires po natin kasi yun po yung magiging katulong po natin lalo na sabi ko nga inaccessible po yung mga ibang areas hindi natin mapuntahan through the use of yung mga fire truck po natin.
I am happy to announce nag-umpisa po ang UVL, ang ating gold ay 500,000 lang. Ina-announce namin today, ang ating pong gold ngayon ay magiging 1 million pesos na po. At yun ay para pa rin sa ating mga chosen charitable institutions. Ibig sabihin po, ang gold ay 1 million na, ang atin pong silver ay 500,000 na. Ang ating bronze will get 300,000 pesos. Ang atin pong fourth naman ay makakakuha ng 150,000 pesos. And of course, wala pong masisiro dahil the remaining teams who will get 5th to 8th place ay makakakuha pa rin ng tig 50,000 pesos bawat isa po sa kanila. This is not going to be the last season for us, but this is going to be the second and looking forward na marating pa po natin hanggang uso pa ang bola.